This is the FMN Prize for Innovation.
What we do is growing of our plants without the use of soil.
Aquaponics is highly scalable.
We convert cassava wastewater into electricity.
Wow, this is something really exciting.
What's the end product?
This is what FMN needs to make their feed.
You were able to show us very big, bold ideas, but can you take those ideas to the next level?
Unfortunately, you will not be going into the next round.
Jukes, congratulations.
Being winners of this competition, we've received immense support from FMN, and we sincerely do appreciate that.
FMN is committed to feeding the nation every day, and we are committed to also discovering and nurturing talents. Come in, pitch your ideas, and we're there to support you.
That was last season. Right here, right now, we're doing it again. The term sustainability has been given various meanings and interpretations over the years, but the crux of each definition or narrative is to build an ecosystem that does not compromise the standard of living for people today or in the future, a paramount requirement to human and environmental longevity. To achieve this, there is an urgent need to develop local content across the country, and Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, FMN, has taken deliberate measures to enshrine local content utilization and development through various initiatives like the FMN Prize for Innovation, PFI. The theme of the PFI 2.0 is innovative techniques for local content development in the food and agro-allied sector. The bold and intriguing question before us all today is, amongst these 6 top contestants, can we find the top 3 inventions that address the theme of this year's PFI? To find out, you need to stay tuned to this broadcast. I'm Ayon Myra Essay. Welcome to the live broadcast of the FMN Prize for Innovation pitch event.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
This year, we had over 400 fantastic applications come through. So you can imagine how much work went into selecting the top 6 finalists. They're here for a chance to win 10 million naira in cash prizes to grow their businesses. Well, the judges are ready and the stage is set. Let's meet our judges. We had over 400 applicants. What are you looking out for? Adenike, I'll start with you. What are you looking out for in their pitch today?
The next big idea in addressing food security issues in Nigeria.
Excellent. Thank you. Meso, about you. What's going to make you see someone and think, yeah, this is definitely a winner?
Confidence that they can actually build and scale the idea that they have.
All right, excellent. Mira, what's your take on the style of presentation? What's that winning thing that you're looking out for in a finalist today?
For
For me, a lot of it is about the passion. How passionate are you about what you're doing, and are you really ready to do this full-time, and are you already doing it full-time? Tell me what you're doing.
For the Farm Mills of Nigeria PLC, this is season 2 of the PFI. What is it? What's in it for you? Why is it important to hold such a pitch event?
Well, if you reflect on what's happened globally and also locally in the last 1 year from when we had the last PFI, I think it gives pure justification for why we need to do this. I think food security and food sovereignty are at the top of everyone's agenda now. So it's very important to innovate and find very creative ways to increase our food output and reduce our food wastage.
As you can tell, our judges are certainly ready. Friendly, but definitely looking out for that X factor as to who's going to pitch to win either 5 million naira grand prize, second prize of 3 million naira, or third prize of 2 million naira. This is FMN Prize for Innovation Season 2.
My name is Eunice Adewale, co-founder at Smokeless Briquettes Energy Solutions. I'm looking forward to actually winning this because it's going to be a long way to actually bring to pass my hopes and expectations for my company. Hello everyone, my name is Eunice Adewale and here with me is
Kenneth Uche.
We're the founders of Smokeless Briquettes Energy Solutions. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, more than 80% of households in rural Nigeria uses firewood for cooking. What this means is that a very high demand has been placed on our forest reserve, which is fast disappearing and is now way below the 10% recommended global levels. On the other hand, statistics from the World Health Organization has also revealed that more than 98,000 women die annually due to smokes inhaled while cooking with this firewood. Now, my question is, must our mothers continue to sacrifice their lives in order to cook the food we eat? No way you agree with me. This is why we have founded Smokeless Briquettes Energy Solutions, an eco-inclusive social project born out of a desire to save our mothers from respiratory health challenges and save the environment from climate change by providing environmentally friendly and affordable clean energy solutions through recycling of agricultural waste into sustainable, eco-friendly biomass briquettes. At Smokeless Bricks, we produce eco-friendly smokeless briquettes which are smokeless, odorless, cheaper, and burns longer than ordinary charcoal. It doesn't spark or emit carbon and helps to conserve the environment. We are also working on producing our smokeless stove, which will contain a stainless steel burn chamber that reaches up to 500 degrees in less than 10 minutes and enable 5 times faster cooking than any traditional stove. The heat from the stove is going to be stored in a lithium-ion battery equipped with the stove so that users can charge their devices such as their mobile phones, rechargeable lamps, and so on in real time whenever they need it, even when the fire is off. Our major target customers are low-income households and rural community dwellers in Nigeria who currently still use this firewood and fossil fuel for cooking. And we hope to target the 67 million low-income households in Nigeria who currently use firewood and other fossil fuels for cooking. This innovative energy project provides easy access to sustainable and affordable clean and climate-smart solutions for the rural poor across Africa. These projects will go a long way to reduce carbon emissions, minimize deforestation, and enhance sanitation through integrated waste management. It will also improve livelihood by providing green jobs for women and youths in Nigeria and across Africa. So far, basically, our revenue model is basically production and sale of these biomass briquettes. But we are also working on quantifying and monetizing the carbon offset generated by our projects. So far, we've had about 43,000 users cut across 5 southwestern states in Nigeria, and we hope to double this figure by the end of 2023. In 2 years' time, we hope to increase our reach to 60 states in Nigeria with a projected 100,000 users and a projected monthly revenue of $50,000 monthly projected revenue. Also, in the next 5 years, we hope to increase our reach to the West African market because the cooking energy crisis is not just a Nigerian problem, it's a general African problem. So we hope to increase our reach to other West African states, countries, with a projected 1 million monthly users and a projected $300,000 projected revenue. We have a compact team with verified skill sets and a cumulative of 25 years experience with a very rich advisory board. At Smokeless Bricks Energy Solutions, we strongly believe that mothers do not have to sacrifice their lives in order to cook the food we are going to eat. Thank you very much.
My question is, can you walk us through the production process for your smokeless brisket, particularly the stove, and also share with us what the price point is in comparison with other clean cooking stove solutions?
We're located in Ondo State, Akure. And then what Ondo State is known for really is, first of all, palm oil. Ondo State is the second largest producer of palm oil in Nigeria, and also the second producer of bitumen in all of West Africa. So what we use for the production of our briquettes is the palm kernel front. So the farmers in these areas, when they use the pulp itself for the oil, they use the nuts for groundnut oil, but then the shell itself, it's nothing to really do with it as far as they are concerned. So it's always littered around the places. So this is what we use. And then for our smokeless stoves, we are currently working on our smokeless stove. What we are trying to achieve is that we want to make sure that women don't need to. I mean, currently Nigeria is facing a problem of the cooking energy solution in the rural community is getting worse because, first of all, cooking gas and the kerosene is becoming very, very costly. Now, and even women are afraid of going to the forest to pick firewood for cooking because of the current security challenges. So the normal price for a kilo of charcoal is 500 naira, but we sell ours for 350 naira. And then the reason why it is cheaper than the ordinary charcoal is because the raw materials are free of charge. So we don't pay for that cost. This is a waste for the farmers. And then this is what we use for us. That's the way we've been able to break that cost of production.
My name is Eugene Oshomoigbe, and I'm the founder of Oshomoigbe Global Ventures Limited. Being a young man that grew up in northern Nigeria, I mean, there's lots of sunshine over there, and I thought to myself, how can I convert this into something good? Beyond just making money, how can I use that to be, should I say, a blessing to my community and to the people around me? I'm here to see and to learn, to glean from the knowledge of people who have gone ahead, who have passed this stage before. Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. Distinguished judges, my name is Eugene Oshomoigbe and I'm the founder of Oshomoigbe Global Ventures Limited, OGV. Have you ever wondered, when it comes to food wastage, especially in Nigeria, it's amazing that over each Nigerian accrues the waste of 189 kilograms of food, and that accrues to 37.9 million tons of food wasted every year. And this is according to FAO. Now, at OGV, part of what we are trying to do is to solve this problem that is bedeviling not just Nigeria, but Africa at large. According to FAO also, do you know that smallholder farmers, and as well as the agricultural sector in Nigeria, loses over $9 billion worth of revenue annually? And this is as a result of post-harvest losses that is experienced by both the smallholder farmers and as well as the agro-processing sectors in Nigeria. Now at OGV, to deal with this problem, what we've done is we've been able to set up a solar drying facility where smallholder farmers and agro-processing businesses and individuals can bring their products and have it processed for them at an affordable fee. And beyond that, we took it a step further by designing our own locally fabricated but highly efficient solar dryers. Now, these are our business model, and these are some of the pictures of the dryers that we have. So basically, we have two models in which we make money as a business. First, we have a solar drying center where we have our dryers located, and we put it in the heart of the communities where these farming processes take place. So these farmers can bring their products to us and we dry it for them at an affordable fee. Or we have the alternative of also linking them to the market that's doing value addition to their product. Secondly, we target agro-processing companies as well as households. And what we do is we build these dryers and we sell it to them at an affordable fee, saving them the stress of trying to import these machines, which will cost them lots of money and at the same time take quite a long time before they are able to get it into the country. Now, for the UN SDG goals, our business falls under the No Poverty SDG 1, as we are creating jobs for women and youths. And for the SDG 2 also, we are tackling the problem of hunger, ensuring that there's food available for all. SDG 3, we look at good health and well-being, ensuring that the products that we process are done in a very nutritious manner. And we have SDG 7, 8, and 13. For the 13, climate action, that's why we are using clean energy to reduce the amount of carbon emission in the atmosphere. Because most of these foods, when they go to waste, they release high amount of carbon monoxide, which is harmful to the environment. For our market size, there are over 38 million smallholder farmers in Nigeria, according to the FAO. What we're looking at now is to see how we can service 200,000 smallholder farmers over the next 5 years, as well as targeting 200 agro-processing companies as well. And for our reach currently, we're able to serve 100 smallholder farmers monthly and 3 agro-processing companies. We've been able to reach out to 3,500 smallholder farmers since inception, as well as to 10 agro-processing companies. Also, I would like to add here that we've been able to reach out to 500 women through trainings in our processes. So why not join us today to see how we can curb the issue of post-harvest losses and also ensure food security, not just for our nation, but for Africa at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene, for the presentation. Interesting concept. Just like to drill down a little bit about the technology and understand also the market. So you're involved in drying of vegetables primarily?
No.
Okay.
Primarily, I'm involved in manufacturing the solar dryers.
So solar dryers, but
yes.
Your target market is for vegetable farmers?
Yes.
Okay. What types of vegetables?
Okay, vegetables like tomatoes. So if I'm going general, I'm going to streamline them to say, for perishable vegetables like tomatoes, onions, and pepper, we also dry fruits like banana, orange, and pineapples as well. Then we also dry grains. We also dry fish as well. And we also use cabinet dryers for the drying of fish.
And it's purely from solar?
Yes. And some of I'll quickly add here also that we designed it in such a way that it's hybrid. So much so that you can power it using solar and you can also power it using electricity.
I just want to understand a little bit about your charging structure to the farmers. So when you offer these services to the farmers, how does it work?
Okay. So what we did was initially we wanted to charge them at 50 naira per kg. But we realized that that was kind of like a little bit complex for them to understand. So you bring in 5 baskets, we weigh the first one and it's giving us 50 kg. We weigh the second one and we're getting 70.5. So the farmer just feels, so we now said, okay, let's get a benchmark price. So what we do currently now is we charge them at 1,500 for each basket that they bring in to dry.
1,500 irrespective of the quantity?
Irrespective of the quantity, yes. But when it comes to, the baskets of the tomato come in various sizes. There's the big and there's the medium. So for the biggest size, 1.5. For the medium size, we give them at 700. Then for the smallest, we give them for 200 naira.
Tomatoes are my game as well. And I would imagine that this is very relevant for the tomato farmers. A lot of the times when farmers get to the point that they're drying their tomatoes, it's because they're already selling at a loss. So I'm curious about how not only your economics, but the economics of your customers. Do you know how drying is impacting their ability to make profit?
Part of what we did to our model was to look for off-takers already. So we ensured that before getting these products from the farmers, actually, the farmers don't just come and dry to take back. There's always the option of, if you want to dry and you want to take it back, not a problem, you can pay us the money. But if you want us to connect you to an off-taker who will buy those products from you, it's still not a problem. We can do that. As a matter of fact, that's the model we work with currently. So we have lots of off-takers on ground. Then we go to the farmers to off-take the products, dry, then we sell it across.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
and
you
all
very
the
much.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Adetola Okonao, and I'm the co-founder for Big Farm Foods Limited. When we started, we couldn't see further than where we, had currently got into. But eventually, because we also have background in business, and we've been in this area of production for a long time in different areas or different verticals, it was quite easy for us to get our footing. So I want to walk away with a grand prize, which is the 5 million, right? Which for us will be a capex, for the business.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Adetola Okonao, and I'm here to present our products from Big Farm Foods. We will be narrowing down our discussion to one particular product, which is the tiger nut milk, which is how we were able to get here in the first place. Okay, so pretty much about the company itself. It's an agro-processing company, and we are committed to processing and packaging high-quality products in the grain industry to provide to our basic customers. And what we also did, or what we've done, or what we achieved so far, we have looked at the fact that NAPC, we are certified by NAPC now. We also had a license by NAFDAC also. So our products are actually ready in different stores. We're part of the top 20 that Nigerian Exports Promotion Council has chosen to help facilitate our FDA license and also the HAPCP license. And this even happened just yesterday. So today, our mission, to be honest, will be basically to meet our customer needs for ready-to-eat meals on the go, so that it's easier for people to prepare healthy foods without going through the rigor of the kitchen, right? And right here with me is actually my wife, and she will be helping us to prepare the sample for you to have a taste. We have trained women in rural areas, basically on production. Most of our workforce are on contract because of the cost of having overheads. And we also have a factory in Abeokuta. So it's easier to transfer this knowledge because at the end of the day, as we expand, they will be the people we'll be recruiting to our production line. For the product itself, we have our target audience, which is between the ages of 18 to 60, basically because of the health factor. This is a plant-based product, so it's actually good for lactose intolerant people, pregnant women, older people, for digestion, to make digestion easier and to be able to also assimilate nutrients within in the body. We also target medium, high income earners and corporate institutes, hotels, restaurants, schools, NGOs, retail sources, chefs, and other caterers. We do a lot of direct sales, business to business, online sales, stock listings, stalls, and we just recently started exporting because we are looking for other partners or distribution channels that can take off our products in whole and then have them disseminate to other areas because that is where their domicile. Food hygiene is quite important to us. And we found out from World Health Organization that only in 2021, over 200 people died from foodborne poisoning. And so we don't want to be listed as part of the companies that cause such a thing. And so we're putting the right processes and the right checks in place in our production. So what I'd really like to do is for you to have a taste. Since we're narrowing it down to the, or I can also should I bring them to you? Have you water? Yes. Okay. There's flour. I'll change. Flour. We're doing both actually.
And which one is a stronger revenue stream for you?
Well, for now, it's Nigeria. It's closer to home, SOR, so we're able to establish certain relationships with the chain stores. That's why we're still going after the bigger ones, the Spars, ShopRite, and the rest of them, so that at the end of the day, the production will be met according to our projections.
Very excited to see your products and brands.
Thank you.
And as context in my day job, an investor looking to back companies in the sector to scale.
Right.
And so it's always interesting for me to see entrepreneurs bring in new brands and products through the pipeline. We don't engage early, but we like to see who is coming through. So when they've gotten some scale, then we can then engage more actively.
All right.
And now, a couple questions for me, just to understand your company a little bit better, can you give context on why you started, what led you this direction, and then if you can give some indication of scale, and some numbers will be confidential, but volumes, factory footprint, just to give capacity, how many retail outlets you're in, and just to give an idea of your footprint and what you've been able to achieve.
Okay, so first of all, it started in 2019. And in 2019, we had a mutual friend, the founder and I, Judith. There she is. And a friend had a bit of health issues, high blood pressure, and all of this. And she was also lactose intolerant, and she had hormonal imbalance. And we did a bit of research. Since she's an analyst, so she really likes the health industry, and she did a bit of research, and she's also lactose intolerant. So we did a bit of research and say, look, what is it that we can do to provide certain solutions in the health space for people? And that's how we came out with the whole Tiger Nut series, or the different products or the different product lines that come out of Tiger Nut, and the health benefits. Like I said, it was good for people who are pregnant, older age people, and even malnourished kids. So that was the drive behind the creation of this brand.
I'm by name Musa Ali Pashi, CEO and founder of Palmak Syndicate. I read a report in 2014 where I saw how tomato is being wasted. That gave me the motivation to start processing this fresh tomato into powder. Palmak Syndicate is all about adding value to agricultural produce. Right now, what we do currently, we process fresh tomato into powder. We have our trademark as Palmak, and then the slogan, we exist to make life better. Palmak Syndicate, as I said earlier, is aimed at adding value to agricultural produce. What we do currently, we process fresh tomato into powder. Looking at the tomato value chain in Nigeria, Nigeria is the 14th largest producer of tomato and second in Africa after Egypt. But out of what we produce yearly, we produce 1.9 million metric tons of tomato, and only 1.3 make it to the marketplace. Therefore, we lose 600 metric tons of tomato yearly. And as of this year, we are looking at there will be more lost because of the cashless policy in play. Because these farmers don't even have bank accounts, so they can't sell their fresh produces. So this is our solution to the problem of wastage in the tomato, because the demand for tomato in Nigeria still stands at 2.5 million metric tons yearly, which what we produce is too little to meet up to the demand. So what we do in Palmak is we situate dryers in communities that produce these tomatoes in large quantity. In business with OGV, these dryers, they situated to those communities that has a lot of tomato they produce. What they do with those dryers is they wash their tomato. After washing their tomato, they slice it and then do the drying. We also have our own farm, but because what we produce, we cannot serve our market. So we engage those farmers. We engage them in two ways. We give them extension services. The second thing we do with them is we're in business with them. Once they dry this flex, we collect it and then we process it into powder and retail it to consumers out there. in conclusion, the idea of situating those dryers to their locations, because of the first reason is the wastage they encounter during transportation. The bulk of these tomatoes are wasted because of transportation, bad road. So for them now to take this tomato from their locations to go and find who will buy it, it gets wasted and on the way. And then the second thing is reducing the waiting period for the uptaker. They have to go out to meet the uptaker to buy their tomato to process it. So we giving them these dryers. What they do is they decide when to sell their tomatoes, because once it's dried and into flex, it can stay for a very long period of time without being, because this tomato, when it's fresh, it just takes 7 days. After 7 days, it becomes a waste. And with this innovative idea, we can be able to export to other African countries. Already, Nigeria have tested our tomato, Cameroon have tested our tomato, and they are already demanding for more. And we are solving the problem of zero hunger under the SDG 2. Thank you for listening.
Great. Musa, thank you so much. I have to jump in because, tomato, I'm very into tomato. Yeah, tomato. So, where are you based?
I'm based in Bayo.
Okay.
Close to Dadinkoa.
Okay, Dadinkoa. Okay. And who buys your tomato powder right now? Do you sell it to individuals? Do you sell it to distributors? Do you sell it to companies? Like, tell us about the market for the product.
Okay, our product, we sell it to the general public first. We also sell it, our major consumers are the students in campuses. We locate campuses because it's easy to use.
So how do people use it?
You just get a sachet.
If you can.
You can bring us. Yeah, let's.
Thank you.
We would love to see the sachets.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can answer
Thank
it
you
as
so
well.
much. Yeah, you can answer while you're giving it to us. I'll take one of his.
So this is what?
A powdered tomato.
And this is what?
Same thing.
Yes.
Okay, just different sizes.
Yes, different sizes. Though,
Are you sure?
This is.
I shouldn't be asking if you're sure. But
This is what we started using, but this one has been for a very long period of time. We did this since during our sampling. When I was called for the competition, we are actually rebranding our packaging.
You're in the process of changing it.
Yes, so I couldn't get
the new one. Tomato naturally loses color over time.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
So
this,
what we
this
do.
is what it
So
looks
your
like.
students take this thing, they buy it,
Yes.
and then what do they mix it into?
They mix it into paste. They can do soups with it. Mostly they do stew with it, because once you get this one, you get a bowl. Put it in a bowl. Add water, hot. You can use hot or cold water, and it swells up. It's very cheap, because like this we sell it at 18 naira.
And how does that compare with
the sachet tomato?
with the sachet
Once
tomato?
you add water to this, it swells up. You can give you 2 of sachet tomato. So
the
it's
sachet
cheaper.
is cheaper.
It's cheaper for them.
And if this is 18 naira, I'm not in the tomato space. So if this, how much is, this is 80 naira?
Yes, we give
then
them
normal sachet tomato liquid is, or
100
paste,
naira.
is 100 naira?
Yes.
Okay. And you believe this can give you twice the output of...
You can give even more.
More?
Yes, because it swells up. It's already dried.
Okay.
Yes. And our other markets, we sell it to, we give it to stores. Though the shop owners in the market, they're the reason why we are rebranding. They don't like it in single like this.
Okay.
They want it in
rolls. Yeah.
So
So you have to get a different packaging for that.
Yes. So we were able to get the packaging machine, and then we decided to rebrand, change the whole packaging so that it will be visible, like what is inside.
It can be seen.
It can be seen.
Musa, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
My name is Osatola Serenge, and I am the founder at Gazelle Foods. I'm so thrilled and happy to have been selected as a finalist. Being here today, I'm looking forward to milking all the value I can get from them, learning from the mentors, and also telling them about our innovative idea in the kilishi industry. My name is Osatoelo Sewinge, and I am the founder at Gazelle Foods. Our innovation is a climate adaptation innovation in Nigeria. We are increasing the protein intake of Africans by reducing post-harvest loss. Now, in 2019, I started this journey because I almost lost an aunt or a family friend, so to say, after she had complications from consuming contaminated roadside kilishi. During my research, I discovered several problems. Now, usually in Nigeria, an average Nigerian doesn't take the required amount of protein intake, which is 0.8 grams of your total body weight. And this has, however, caused malnutrition in so many. Globally, 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted, Nigeria accounting for 15% of that, according to FAO. And you know that when there is no food, there can never be life. Lastly, Nigeria has a high rate of deforestation, according to Conservation International. About 413 trillion tons of land is being burnt every year, hectares of land. And now this doesn't only affect you and I, it also affects our climate. And this is where Gazelle comes into the picture. We are positioning ourselves at the forefront of innovation by making protein more available to Africans in form of snacks like kilishi, chicken kilishi, goat meat kilishi, pork kilishi, turkey kilishi, just name it. Now, with just a pack of kilishi, you are rest assured of your daily protein intake. Secondly, through our One Woman, One Goat program, we are empowering women in our community and making sure that goat meat is available all through the year for our farming. Now, we are also reducing post-harvest loss by partnering with 11 farmer associations to get our garlic, ginger, pepper, groundnut all through the year. We are also preserving our climate with the machineries we use in our production to reduce climate change deforestation. I beg your pardon. Now, from the farm down to your table, our process starts from our quality control analyst, checking sure that these animals and the crop, they meet standard. Our meat is taken into the factory, it is being sliced and put into the dehydrator to dry from 75% moisture content to 45%. Then our ingredients in their grinded state, a little water is being added, then it is being massaged on the meat to dry from 45% moisture content to 10% moisture content. Then we batch code and package for distribution. Now, our impact on farmers. We are empowering 11 farmers associations. That's about 1,000 farmers cumulatively, where we've been able to increase their standard of living from less than $1 to $2 per day for most of them. We are also teaching them on food safety practices. Our impact on the environment, we are reducing post-harvest loss and reducing the high rate of deforestation that is affecting the climate change. Our impact on the economy, we are reducing unemployment in our little way with our staff strength of 7. We are also increasing Nigeria's GDP and putting the kilishi industry on the global map through our export program to other countries. We are also selling to over 70 supermarkets in Nigeria, like the likes of Just Right. We are selling to clubs, we are selling to universities, we are selling to NYSC camps also. And in turn, they can also empower their staffs. Now, to you and I, with just a pack of this, your daily protein intake in a day is sure. Our business is not just scalable because of the fact that we are NAFDAC or SON approved, but because we are bringing a new variety of protein snack into the market. Chicken kilishi, pork kilishi, and different varieties of kilishi. Now, the more supermarkets and all those people patronize us, the more we are able to empower farmers, increase their means of livelihood, support them, and reduce the effects of deforestation on our climate. We have the market because from 40 packs in 2019, we've been able to sell 7,000 packs every month currently. From one farmer in 2019, we partner with 11 farmers
I beg your pardon, my mouth is dry. 11 Farmers Association right now. So there is potential for enormous growth. And that's why we are pitching to Flour Mills Nigeria so that they can be a part of our success story. The grants that we get will be used in getting a fairly used delivery bus because we have our factory in Osun State, and sometimes it's so hard to send our products from Osun State to Lagos because most of our customers are in Lagos here. 20% will be invested in our one woman, one goat program so that we have goat meat available all through the year, 10% on our groundnut farm, and 10% on getting machinery worth 950,000, and the rest will be used to get raw materials for our production. The farmers are depending on us, and we do not want to fail them. Thank you.
Do you slaughter the meat, or you buy live cows and or you buy the actual meat? Sorry.
So it's a two-way street. Sometimes we buy live. Sometimes we go there physically when they are slaughtering it, and they weigh it and sell it to us. Because everything still depends on, the capacity we have financially to purchase at that point in time. And that's why we've started this one woman, one goat program, so that we ourselves can boast of having like a goat farm where we have goat meat available all through the year. Currently, we have about 2 female goats now.
Let me ask you maybe a fairly direct question. What is unique about your product? Because Kilishi has existed for a long time. Hygienically packed Kilishi has also existed for a while. Even abroad, they call it by a different name. They spice it, one can argue, a bit differently. So what is innovative about your product?
Okay, thank you for that question, sir. So first, I'll start with number one, to be the empowerment we are giving local and small-scale farmers. And not just that, I mean, the machinery we used in production. Because I can remember when I wanted to learn this, I had to travel to about 5 northern states to see how they make it. And I see that they just light firewood and spread it on a gauze for it to dry. And that is, however, not hygienic because, I mean, the world has gone health crazy and health conscious right now. So we use a dehydrator to dry it. It's a machine, and, it just fans it till it completely dries. And another thing that I would say is quite innovative is the fact that I don't think you will go to any store in Nigeria today and see chicken kilishi. It's just beef. And our best seller is the goat meat kilishi. So people want, different varieties, different spices. They change taste. I mean, the taste bud of consumer is changing from time to time. So from beef, we just say, okay, since people like chicken, let's try it with chicken. Then we plan to also add additional spices, and so additional spices, later. It's fun.
Thank you. Thank you. It does taste very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you. All the best. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ma'am.
I am Damilare Ogundipe, the CEO and founder of Indigo Farms and Bioresources. We are into the conversion of cassava, peas, and pulp to animal feeds. Hello, everyone.
Hello, good afternoon.
I'm Damilare Ogundipe, the CEO of Indigo Farms and Bioresources. At Indigo Farms, we produce 2 products, cassava siftings and cassava pellets, residue pellets. It is not a new invention, to be honest. There is nothing innovative so much about it because our grandmothers in the villages have been feeding goats with cassava peas from time immemorial. But the innovation we brought to the table this time is the consistency in the product quality and quantity. Over time, we have been able to achieve consistency in volume of production and quality of production. And this quality has given us the market to enter Europe and the Middle East, Saudi Arabia to be precise. The concept is that we take the waste, aggregate it from the Gari clusters in the villages, rural farmers that want extra money to get from the products like cassava tubers when they sell. We take the peels. These are the peels, something like this. We dry it, clean, then we hammer mill it. That will form the cassava siftings. Then for the second one, which is the pellets, we collaborate with starch factories. The Nigerian agric industry for cassava, we are the largest producer of cassava in the world, but we are not the largest exporter of cassava products. And this is also one of the things that we lack in Nigeria, because when we don't earn from foreign exchange, we have the economy as it is now. So we try to get some partners from abroad to give us the idea of a partnership in terms of producing quality pellets that can be acceptable anywhere in the world. So we were able to establish a partner that is working and that we are selling to at a consistent basis. Then for the peas, the cassava siftings, we are able to combine our efforts with other big feed industries in Nigeria, the Eastern Flour Mills in Calabar, selling to them too. So to be honest, that is just it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Quite a succinct presentation. Yes. So maybe you want to talk a little bit more about, I know you touched on the product, and I'm sure we'll come and see a little bit more of it, but just what you're currently doing, what's your capacity of production? Is it just the pellets that you're producing? What's the capacity of that? Where you're located? You mentioned the kind of people that you're selling to. I think one sadly piques my interest as one of our group companies, Eastern Premier Feed. So maybe let's start with that.
Thank you, sir. The first question is about where we are selling to.
No,
where we are producing from.
So what are you producing today? You're producing pellets.
And siftings.
Pellets and siftings.
And siftings, yes.
What is your capacity to produce?
We have 7 tons per day now, while the other smaller companies, the artisanal ones, are having like 1 ton per day capacity. And then they are not going international. They don't sell B2B. We are selling business to business, bulk trailer load, like 30 tons per consignment.
So besides money, what is the most important thing that you think you need that you don't have that will get you to that 1 container every day getting exported?
It's the energy you talked about.
The energy.
Dryer. I cannot sleep in the night. If the weather does like this, I check my Google map, Google weather, what is happening. Is rain going to fall? My workers will say, if there is rain, no work today. And it gives me uncontrollable.
Yeah.
So if I can solve the energy problem, power will be the cost of production will be down, volume. The workers too can also focus on the core aspect of the business, because we need quality control.
What options are you looking for energy?
Energy in terms of generator, then in terms of the dryer that will dry it.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
It's still pitch day for FMN Prize for Innovation Season 2. And I'm back in the judges' room. And you'd agree with me that they've had a grueling time. Actually, who was grilled? The contestants, the pitchers, or the judges? Because they had quite an engaging conversation and was so good to see. Well, they have another task ahead of them to deliberate and find out who will emerge as top winner for today's competition. But let me ask the judges first of all, Adenike, Meswo, Mira, and Sadiq. How has it been for you? Let me start with Mira.
First of all, as a tomato lady, I'm so excited to have seen 2 tomato businesses presented today. But beyond the tomato piece of it, I thought that the quality of all the contestants was really high. Everybody had great business models and was really passionate about what they were doing.
I didn't think we could top season 1, but this is really on another level again, was to see a few of them come with their co-founders. So it was nice to see not just one person, but two persons in some cases who are playing different strategic roles in growing their businesses. So that was great to see.
I'll come to you, Mezo, next. So in one word, how would you describe the quality of the finalists for season 2 of FMN PFI?
I was very impressed. And I was making mental notes because there are a few of them I want to follow up with after the show on real life use cases.
When I found out that they've already started making connections with one another, there may be some possible business deals that are coming from this. I was also personally excited where at least one of the finalists is also dealing with one of our group companies.
Whilst we leave the judges to go away to deliberate, I'll put it to you, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls watching out there. In the comment section, let us know who you think should emerge as season 2's winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation. We'll be right back after this break. The judges are back. This means that we are inching closer to unveiling the winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 2. And so I'll hand over to the judges at this point, and in a moment, the 6 finalists will file in for the verdict. Stay tuned.
Hi, candidates. First of all, I want to congratulate you on getting this far. You have done an amazing job. You prepared a lot. You worked so hard. And I wanted to give you a little bit of insight into what we as the judges were really thinking about as we made our decision. So first of all, we did have a clear winner emerge, but there was a very tight competition among the rest of the pack. And in order to differentiate you, we had to go back to the meaning of this competition, FMN Prize for Innovation. So we were really trying to look at who had the big idea, who had a clear innovation process. If the criteria had been different, I think we would have picked different companies. So you guys are all on track. What we want to do right now is give each one of you a little bit of feedback about your presentation and about your business before we let you know who is moving forward and who will not. So first, we'll go in the order of presentation. Eunice, you are the driver of the company. And when you presented, that passion came through, although I think you were a little nervous. But in the Q&A, you stayed really silent and you just let sort of Kenneth do all the talking. I would say step in, lean into your role as the leader. You have a lot to say, you know about your business, flex that muscle. So thank you very much.
Eugene? Yes. In terms of opportunities for development, I thought initially your business model wasn't fully clear. It wasn't stated very clearly that it was both, in the equipment and also in the drying. That didn't come out clearly, but I think it subsequently came out. But in line with that, your strength is manufacturing. And particularly in this environment where there are not many people that are making equipment such as yours or labor-saving devices, it's important that you put forward your strength, particularly when you're presenting or speaking to people. Your manufacturing bias and your strength in manufacturing, you shouldn't be proud not to put that in front. So just remember that, okay? Well done.
The next person that presented was Tola, Big Farms. And you came across very confident, very personable. And for me, that's important, especially if you're selling a branded packaged product. You have to be able to sell that product to potential consumers that are out there. And one feedback for your partners and yourself is to really think through when is the right time to transition, to be fully on board, to give the business the focus it needs to properly scale.
So the next person was Musa of Palmak. It was really great listening to you. Your passion was very evident. you are street smart, you understand your space, you understood the issues around tomato processing, and you understood the issues around the opportunities. It was also great to hear you that you're already even exploring the market, even beyond Nigeria, and you're taking that advantage as far and as wide as you can. So please continue on that. In terms of areas for development, you had some more time to pitch. You were very short, you used the time slightly less. You could have also spoken a bit initially on the financials before we eventually prodded more for it. So just always remember that the numbers also are very important, even without being prodded for it in the initial part. But well done. Mm-hmm.
The next person was Osato from Gazelle. I told Ayo at the beginning of this process that I was looking for passion. You had so much passion right off the bat. I loved it. I loved your energy. I loved how much you love this product. It's very clear that you're focused on it, that you really want to make it successful. I also thought the product was delicious. I don't know if you noticed, but I sort of stopped asking questions halfway through because I was busy eating.
Yes.
It was really, I live in Kaduna. I eat a lot of kilishi. It was very tasty. So you have great recipes. I want to see what's coming next. I think, that part was awesome. In terms of, one important piece of feedback, you stressed quality so much, but you didn't tell us if the product is halal or not. And, if you're making something that has pork is can be polarizing in this country. And so making sure that it's very clear that if you are making pork products, they're in a different building or that you're using different equipment, I think it's important to make sure that that comes out. I think the other piece of it that's important, we didn't ask you about this, but understanding what your unit economics are. So on every pack, you said you were selling 7,000 packs per month. What is the revenue from that? What are your operating costs from that? So that we can understand how much do you need to scale to become truly profitable. But great job.
Yeah. And last but definitely not the least is Damilare of Indigo. I think that when we heard you, it was clear that you're an experienced entrepreneur, probably even more than most of the other contestants in today's session. You've done a lot of work. You've put in a lot of energy. Your product, cassava, you're processing cassava, which is a widely used product within the country. But you're exploring how it can be used to continue to add value and innovation along the process. And we really, really commend that. An area to watch is, please listen so that you understand the question. You did answer the questions eventually, but just also make sure that, I think in your excitement to respond to us, we felt that you needed to just listen to the questions a bit. I think it was also good to see that you had sought investment. And I think that that's something that a number of other entrepreneurs would wish that they're done. However, we think that it's also clear that you need to build on your financial literacy skills to the knowledge of understanding how that can then apply for business growth and also making those decisions in the way that they should, and that would also help you and the business to grow. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So we've now come to the point where we have to narrow down to the top three. And so I'm going to ask three of you to please come right up. So just take a step forward. First is Eunice of Smokeless, Adetola of Big Farm, and Osato of Gazelle. Thank you to the three of you for presenting and for sharing your innovations. I'm sorry to inform you that you will not be making it to the second round. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. So we have three finalists. I would like to ask Eugene of OGV to step forward, and Musa of Palmak to step forward. Congratulations, both of you are proceeding to the final round.
Thank you very much, Damilare.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, judges. That was fantastic. Thank you for the feedback to each of the contestants. As we've said a number of times that from over 400 fantastic applications down to 6 finalists, each person who presented or pitched before you today is clearly and certainly a winner. And we don't know how you were able to find out who to emerge as our ultimate winner for this edition of PFI. The moment we've been waiting for, the moment of truth. Again, I'll say, over 400 applicants, 6 finalists, a time of deliberations and pitching their best ideas to ensure that they emerge as this year's winner. We'll announce now who will be going away with our 5 million naira grand prize. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching us right now, you can type in the comments and let us know who you think is walking away with the grand prize today. I'll give you like 10 seconds so we can see if you're right or wrong. Gentlemen, are you ready? Yes. Are you sure? Okay, all right, let's go. I'll approach the bench of judges to pick up who the winner is, and then I'll share as to who the winner is. The verdict is in. I have the results in my hand. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of FMN Prize for Innovation Season 2 is... We'll take a break when we come back.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
Welcome back. It's the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 2 pitch event. And just before the break, I was about to announce who the winner for Season 2 is. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I have the result in my hands. And we have our finalists, the final 2 out of over 400 applicants for this season's competition. The winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation 2.0 is Eugene of OGV! Congratulations, Eugene. How are you feeling?
Initially I told you I was composed, but now I really can't say. I'm just really overwhelmed. Winning this fund, one of the things it's doing for my business, beyond helping us to get more machines for our operations to scale, is going to help us further brand out more and to be able to put this brand before the faces of a whole lot of people.